surroundings. When you're at Walmart or the mall, pay attention to see who's around you. When you're paying with your debit card, somebody doesn't need to be right up on top of you when you're putting your PIN number in or signing or getting change back. When you're walking out to the parking lots, again, be aware of your surroundings, who's behind you, in front of you. People linger. Just a lot of the times if you make eye contact to them, they're going to leave you alone because you've looked them in the eye. When you're going shopping, make sure you lock up your valuables. Women, if they put their purses, if you drive into the parking lot, don't pop your trunk and throw your purse in the trunk. There's people looking. It's an easy target. Don't leave it on the front seat. You're going to come back to a busted window, and probably your gift's all gone too. I guess the biggest things right now, if you're getting change back, we've got a lot of counterfeit currency going around. Stand there and look at the money. Make sure it's real money that you're getting back before you leave that cash register. Because if you go down, if you get change back from Walmart and you go to Kangaroo and they say, oh no, it's a $20 bill's counterfeit, you can't go back to Walmart. They're not going to give you back the money. As long as you stay in front of that cashier and you're looking at it and you find out it's counterfeit right then and there, they can't dispute that. Let's see. The biggest scams right now that are going around are the mystery shoppers. Craigslist is a big one with finding jobs online that are not legit. They're basically capturing your information when you put your resume in to these bogus companies, and then having their way with whatever identity. If you're giving their credit card information to them, they've got all that, so they're going on the shopping sprees. A lot of times with the mystery shopper ones, they're sending you checks or money orders. They're counterfeit, so when you deposit it into the bank, you might be able to withdraw it within a day or two, but that check's going to eventually come back as counterfeit, and you guys are going to be held responsible for it. So if you're getting checks for lottery, you've won the lottery, or the deceased relative, and I'm still waiting for my $400,000 inheritance from a professor in Montana. It's been like 2 years now. I got to pay the money in order to get that back, whatever. Don't send money. They're going to have you Western Union it to Nigeria, Canada, Vietnam is going around right now. If you've won the lottery, the taxes are going to be taken out before you get that money. You don't need to be sending money to them. And again, if you haven't played the lottery, you're not going to win anything. So be aware of that. It gets people every time of, hey, I just won this, check. I just got to cash the check, and they're being held responsible for the couple grand that they're sending overseas. Biggest thing, check your bank statements regularly. If you haven't made that purchase, contact your bank immediately. A lot of people will just, especially when you go into the restaurants, tips get changed. I mean, not everybody's honest, unfortunately. So look at when you're going to the restaurant, make a note of how much you've put on as a tip. If it's showing $1 more, $2 more, go back to that restaurant. Also report it to your bank as far as a fraudulent charge, just in case they've actually captured your account number. So just be aware, be an active participant in your financial security. Let's see here. Unsolicited text messages, emails, phone calls from your bank saying, hey, your account's been compromised, we need this. Don't pay attention to them. Contact your bank rep. A lot of times they're aware of what's going on as far as text messages. A couple months ago, I know we had the text message. I think Bragg Mutual was the sender, so to speak. They're not going to be asking for your information over text messages, emails, or phone calls. Hang up with them. Get their name and number. Hang up. Get a legitimate number from your banking system and call them back. If it's truly a good call, then they're not going to have any issues with that. But don't give your personal information over the phone, especially when it's unsolicited. I think that is about it. Any questions?
This may sound a little odd to some extent, but now a bank representative, or supposedly a bank representative, calls you and tells you your bank account has been compromised. Then they ask you for the number. That's a little bit stupid. If they're in the bank, they got your number.
Right, exactly. But people fall prey to it every day. I mean, nothing surprises me anymore when I read a report and it's like, are you serious? I mean, how crazy are you to believe Joe Schmo, who's got normally an accent and you can't hardly understand him in the first place, calling you asking to verify your name and your date of birth and your account number. I mean, yeah, exactly. They have it all on the screen. You don't need to be doing that. And should something happen, I mean, we're there 24/7, even on the holidays. So feel free to call if you have questions. If something doesn't feel right, if you get something in the mail, feel free to contact the fraud unit and we'll go over it.
Yeah, I have a question too.
Okay.
You said to check your money when you receive it.
Mm-hmm.
How can you tell if it's something that's counterfeit? A bill?
A lot of times, like right now, you can feel it. It doesn't feel right. It's usually thin or it's too thick. A lot of the ink is smearing on these counterfeit ones.
Is that right?
Yeah. So, and if you have a question with it, call us. You can stay there and call.
You have to get one of them pens and carry with you.
They're not
They're not
accurate.
always reliable,
Oh, really?
unfortunately. Another thing, one of the other officers showed me is the ink never dries apparently on real currency. So if you take a white piece of paper in a good bill and rub it on the white piece of paper, you're going to see the ink on it.